And I guess that's where we are here, and we're also for the crypto pumps. So while the stream is on, I'm seeing that I'm talking, and I can see that at least I have a title. That was the thing that I was worried about. So yesterday I installed the Pump Phone app. It was somewhat interesting. It had a chat in there, so I've noticed that there were some people in this chat. They were searching for something. I have no idea what. So today, as a usual thing, that what happened yesterday, like we're gonna talk about what happened to crypto market yesterday and why did it fall? Because nonetheless, if the crypto market rises, the meme tokens and our favorite ones, they will rise too. It doesn't happen that the crypto market falls and we rise in the opposite direction. I mean, the altcoins, the meme coins, usually they fall too. But in the market, the altcoins rise actually the last ones, the tiny market cap altcoins. So I'm gonna try and show you. Yeah, actually it's a lot better. I did not know that this function is available in the YouTube. That's something interesting. I thought that I had to set things up, but it works like this. So yesterday, as we all know, we had an interesting dump. I will use smiles so you could understand what is happening. So yesterday we were falling from here, from $119,000 to like, where is that? We'll use a crying smile to like 114, $115. So as far as I know, yesterday Galaxy Digital was selling Bitcoins, and due to this massive price dump, a lot of people were selling. But if you can see that today we are actually rising. So Bitcoin already cost $117,000. That's already not bad. And the main question of it, where will it go from here? Like people are eager to buy and to sell, but actually, if we wouldn't rise today to $117,000, I think that we would continue to fall. But there we go. There's the buy pressure. We rose, and I guess we'll try to rise and continue to rise, because usually, if after such dump, there was yesterday there was a 8 billion dump from Galaxy Digital, an old coin holder of Bitcoin sold all of his coins, and all of this dump appeared on the market. So that's probably why we fell. Of course, there were some panic sellers and stuff like this. They were also panicking. I know that. But mostly, it was due to Galaxy Digital selling. So now we are recovering. We are on the right track. And I think I'll keep these smiles in here. So the next one is Ethereum. Of course, if we want our tokens to pump, we need to watch Ethereum, because without Ethereum, I think that the altcoins, if you noticed, the first thing that happened to altcoins is the rise of Ethereum. And if we see at the chart, Ethereum is holding pretty steady. You know, I see it as a sort of consolidation zone from this price to this price. So we have sort of a consolidation zone. And once it breaks, and I know that it looks as if it's going to break past resistance on the 3,800 price. And once it breaks, I guess the road to 4,000 is open. So that's what I see in the near term. What does it mean for our altcoins? Mostly of them, they will rise. Of course, not all altcoins gonna rise. Like if you buy some coins that are dead, or the devs left, or they have made another token, you won't actually make any profits from this. So you should be careful. The altcoins in the, I would say, in the top 200 and the uni altcoins, they're nice bet. They're safe bet. So that's my prediction for the near term, is the break of 3,800 for Ethereum and the rise to 4,000. After 4,000, we're gonna see what will happen. It might dump, or it might actually rise even faster to its all-time highs. I remember the all-time highs of Ethereum were around 4,800. So it's only 20% from 4,000 mark. So you should keep an eye on this. Once Ethereum breaks past 4,000 mark, a lot of altcoins will pump, and a lot of ETH altcoins especially. So you need to be capable of buying these coins. And Solana, the altcoin number 2 after Ethereum, at least in point of market cap. So as I see it, usually if it breaks the $210, it was also in previous prices, it did that. Usually when Solana breaks the $200 mark, we can see that it was rejected from this mark. So usually when Solana breaks, it goes fast to 240, 250 in a number of days. So maybe it's waiting for Ethereum to make its move. Maybe it's waiting for maybe some ETFs or some news announcement, because there needs to be a huge trend and a huge buying pressure from the investors and other people, them to buy and to break this mark of $205, 200, let's say 200. And once it breaks, you can imagine that Solana will rise to I would say pumped to $250. That's approximately where I would wait the price for the near term. And so the main coins that are actually um, that are going to be benefit from this rise in Solana ETH prices are the altcoins, like I would say quality blue chip coins that have the chances of rising, um, that have a chance to rise to their highs of December highs. That's how I see it. Because once Ethereum rises past the 4,000 mark, I think that these coins will also make an interesting move. They will they have a huge chance to rise, but you need to keep an eye on that. If something dumps, if the Ethereum falls, the altcoins will be a lot harder. So you need to keep an eye on this, because the altcoins are always there, and they make huge moves like 10, 20, 50% in a day. I wouldn't trade with leverage if I were you, but a lot of people are trying to maximize their profits, and they're trying to use leverage and make like 10x from their investment in a day. The problem is, I don't think that's stable. So the better idea is to hold them, and I would hold like even when Ethereum reaches 5,000 or 6,000, around $6,000, I would sell. I think all of the altcoins, because there is a great chance that Ethereum might fall. So we need to really keep an eye on many things. Yeah, I think that's a lot better when I'm looking at the camera, because I'm looking on the other direction. So that's my thought about it. I would say a view on the Link altcoin, and of course our favorite. I don't know. People are investing in there. A lot of people are investing into this coin, and you know that it's one of the DeFi projects that is also rising. It's the coin that actually has um, a lot of potential. Is the DeFi coin, the Uniswap, where you swap coins and stake them and provide as liquidity. So um, for Uniswap, I would say like this: it has a lot more bigger potential than Chainlink, just because uh, it has a smaller market cap, like around. I'm gonna check around 6 billion, and our friend Chainlink has 12 billion. So Uniswap has a bigger potential of rising. If you want to make more money, bet on Uniswap rather than Chainlink or ETH. I would actually buy Uniswap, but they're also interesting other projects. You know why I like Uniswap? Because all of the um, all of the market cap of Uniswap, I mean, 60% of it is unlocked. So there won't be like huge token unlocks. All of the early investors, they run away. All of the um, insiders, YouTubers, influencers, they sold their stacks and they run away too. And so Uniswap, even if you buy and hold for like um, 1, 2, 3 years, you won't lose a lot. At least it's a safer bet rather than investing into something like let's say you are deciding where to invest into Ondo um, or into Uniswap, and you have like $100,000 and you want to make money, but you have to understand. I will show you one thing. One little thing. So I guess you can see CoinGecko now. So um, if we look at Ondo, it has a lot smaller market cap or of 3 billion, and many people might think it's a safer bet, but if you can see, there is a fully diluted market cap. It's around 10.5 billion. So I think like 50% of the current market cap will be unlocked on January 2026. So if you hold it like for a year, you have already huge chances of losing uh, because of this big unlock. I mean, around 1.5 billion will be unlocked. Um, that's 50% of the current market cap, and you have a real chance that this market cap will people will exit and use you as exit liquidity. So you should be really careful when buying such coins like Ondo. As you can see, there are a lot of altcoins. I won't be actually checking all of them because each of them is unique and has a different situation. But I can say about the altcoins that actually outperformed the market, even though we had a fall. That's the Ethena one. So it did a nice jump. I would say a nice pump. But you should be also careful about this. I would say a nice pump. Be also this coin has a fully diluted valuation, a big one. So when you try to buy things, there are huge chances that this coin might have a huge sell pressure on your bag. We aren't here to make profits, but the rise in this is in Ethena price is fantastic, I would say. And the reason why it costs 60 cents, not like $1, it's only because in March there was a great token lock, and if this token lock hadn't happened, um, we would cost like $1 or $2 on Ethena price. So that's the deal. of this crypto project, we would be higher. We would be higher. So you need to be really cautious of what you're buying, especially before the token unlocks. I would show you how the most popular cryptocurrency depreciated in the last, I don't know, 6 months, or how much this coin is. Yeah, let's say 6 months. And the Trump coin fell really fast, not only because of the insiders that were selling, but because of the people uh, that were trying to pump in the beginning. As you see, the price, um, at least on CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko. I'll check on TradingView at what price it started. Yeah, on TradingView, it even started at around $28. I'm gonna switch that. There, so you could see. So it even started at around $28. It reached $76, and then it just started to fall. Um, that actually pointed out that the market peak was reached. That happened in January. So instead of market going on a big rise, it fell. And I know that a lot of people have bought the tops on this altcoin, Trump altcoin. People were sure that it will rise, and they've invested a lot of money in there. But actually it fell. So you can see that it's trading at $10 now. It's there was another token unlock recently, like $1 billion entered the market, so it's like 30% from the circulating supply. And it already had a steep decline from nearly $12, so already started to fall. And I think that once the market sentiment turns bearish, it will reach like its all-time lows, and it will go to 5 or even lower dollars. So I wouldn't hold this coin in any of the cases, even though there were news about. I'm just gonna show you. So even though there were news of Justin's son buying $100 million, you should be cautious, because $100 million dollars when 1 billion unlock happened is nothing. It's no way too small. I don't know what was he after. So I guess he was uh, trying to pump the token or do something, but for even $100 million of dollars to buy a token is too small, a Trump token, at least. I guess that they were trying to pump or something, or make other people buy, and You know what I think about the Trump token is that once um, Trump will end his um, presidency, I think the token of Trump, it will fall to zero. So I wouldn't hold. That's the first thing I'm sure of. I wouldn't hold a coin like Trump token in the long term, like in the next 5 years or more. It has a great potential to fall. Even if Justin Sun and anyone else buys, you need to be really, really um, cautious about what you're buying, because this might end really bad for you as a long-term investor. So recently there appear to be a lot of crypto companies that are trading on stock exchanges trying to buy Ethereum, Bitcoin. Um, this wasn't There weren't a lot of news about such companies like 1 year ago, except the Tesla Elon Musk, as you know. But today, such countries are actually trying to buy tokens on their balance. Like maybe you have heard of the Sharplink Gaming. Um, I'm just gonna show you. So it's the first Nasdaq listed company to develop a treasury strategy centered on ETH. And such companies are buying up ETH, so they are um, buying a lot of ETH. There were no such companies like 1 year ago, except the Musk company, Tesla, maybe. I've heard only of from these guys, but the Sharplink company is buying up Ethereum, um, and they are listed on Nasdaq. So I guess they know what they're doing, but not a lot of people actually have the idea that right now Ethereum rises, everything is fine, and a lot of companies um, are bankrupt, and they are trying to buy up the cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and their business is going not really well, and they are trying to actually make money from crypto to make it look better. Um, of course, in the short term, it actually helps because people buy their shares, they have more money, they have um, they can buy more crypto from this money, but their business, like a coffee company buys Ethereum, their business doesn't go well, but their shares rise. So once this company that actually has a lot of losses in their business will try to sell Ethereum because of their problems, I think that the stock of this company will fall really sharply with no even news. Once people see that this company is selling Ethereum, the stock of this company will fall. Moreover, um, Ethereum will also fall because other companies also have the same problem as this coffee company. They will also sell. So you need to be cautious with this. And I would say you wouldn't invest in such companies. In the short term, these shares might rise. I understand this. People would like to invest, but in the medium term or in long term, this is such a huge risk. A huge risk is investing into Ethereum, but when you invest into a company that has already losses, you already experience like a double risk in which you might lose really easily. So I've also stumbled on news about Eric Trump. He's saying that, I don't know where is this news before, but he's saying that Ethereum will reach $8,000 per one ETH, and he says that the M2 global supply is reaching a new all-time high. That's true. And if you notice, the Fed isn't printing any money, but the global M2 supply, money supply, is rising. So that means that there are a lot of money going to the altcoin sector, and we are rising too. The main question is about all of this is when the money will be stopped printing from. I know this, the money comes from all the global banks, so they are flooding the market. But once the market actually stops receiving the money from the global optimism, you know what will happen? The altcoins will continue to bleed. Because if we look at the altcoins, especially the ones that had been lagging behind, like the Sonic S, you know, it was earlier it was called, I forgot, it had another name, and they wanted the owner of this token, the dev Andre Cornier, he made another token on another chain, and actually, as you can see by this graph, it started to fall. You know, sometimes people think that the dev can actually make the coin rise, but I would say in the Andre Cronier situation, he's a bit grim, and he's always sad. You know, it's like a he's always discussing problems that he has, and he has like a sad face, and his token is not performing well. Even though it was previously called Phantom, yeah, I remember now. Even though they wanted to pay out points, and for the Sonic, they wanted a big Sonic airdrop. I don't know it happened or not, because I didn't see a lot of things happening around this token, but nonetheless, the token fell. And I guess there are a lot of fodders there that are screaming and crying for the token rise, but nothing happened. So This token, when everything will fall, I guess this token will cost zero. I mean, if people are, if it's not rising when Ethereum rises, like a lot of other altcoins, this token will fall. And I actually, I have no idea why Andrea Cormier made another chain. Seriously, you had your chain, you had already Phantom, you could have improved it. Why migrate your token to another chain and name it differently? Like, if I were to compare Phantom and Sonic to each other, what changed for me as a consumer, as a person who uses crypto? Nothing. Like, I don't know what's the purpose of this token to make what better. They have said that they have faster transactions. They have um, the revenue that's gonna come from tokens gonna go like 90% to the devs. It's great, but for consumers, like, let's be honest, what you gonna do with this? For you, Phantom or Sonic, it doesn't matter. It has to work properly. It has to be easy. Like, I don't know if there is a Sonic wallet like the Phantom has. The Phantom wallet is really nice. The user interface, the ability to buy and sell, and the integration of Hyper, or how do you call it? And the integration of Hyperliquid, it made really easy to trade. So I was really pleased with that. I mean, their interface is easy and understandable, but they haven't made anything new. So even though there are also other altcoins that are bleeding too, as you can see, this is Avalanche that actually hasn't risen this year. It has fallen, dumped, and people hadn't made any money on this token. You know, it rises every time it rises, it makes a smaller move. It pumps smaller and dumps harder. So I would say that this is the ideal token to sell whenever you have such an opportunity. Because otherwise, if you will try to buy this token, I think it won't even revisit its all-time highs. So its all-time highs were $145. So you can imagine that it won't return there anymore. It's over for this token. Some people, of course, are making predictions that it will rise to like $150, 200, 300. But what has changed since 3 years on AVAX? Nothing. I mean, um, it's there. Nothing changed, and it's just standing there and doing nothing. Maybe they are waiting for the ETFs or some public stock traded companies to buy their tokens, but no one needs them. Let's be honest. They're just there. It's good. It's great. It's fun, but nothing else is happening on the blockchain. So there are many other tokens that are interesting. except the altcoins that I told you, like the Maple. They also made another token, and it's an altcoin that actually is rising and falling really, really fast. And you can see that some, I don't know, insiders or whoever they were, they bought this coin like from 50 cents and they pumped it to 65. So in a day, actually, you can see that it happened in a day. But this token is also a token that has migrated. It's also another chain, but they have a good TVL, around $2 billion. And I've seen it rising, so it's all good for them. But my favorite one is the one that I think has not a bad potential to rise, is the Lido token. So you know that there is a battle between the staking ETFs in the SEC, in the people who decide what to list, whether Ethereum will have staking as an ETF. And if this question actually resolves positively, projects like Lido DAO will rise really good, at least in the near term after this decision, because I'm not sure that people and investors that are buying the ETFs, they will use Lido DAO. Maybe they will use something like Coinbase ETF staking or any other institutional big platforms. So you need to be sure of how things will develop for Lido. But in the short term, after such news, Lido DAO will rise, especially if it will be accounted in the staking, because you have a huge TVL in here, nearly $34 billion, guys, $34 billion. And this coin costs only around 1 billion. I know that it doesn't accrue any value from the staking. Maybe in the future something will change, so you need to watch this coin, especially look at the fully diluted valuation. So it's like 10% more than the market cap. So that's a good coin even to invest, rather than any other coins that will be unlocked and you will lose money. And we need to also think about what will happen to cryptocurrencies in the next um, what will they do in the next few months, because in August it's usually a correction month, some people call it. And I think, I have a feeling that the correction already happened in July. So presumably, I think after this correction happened, now we are restoring. I think that there will be growth for Ethereum, for Bitcoin, for all other altcoins. So I would invest into crypto market today rather than I wouldn't. I would. And buying coins now and holding is the best way actually to sit and relax, because the more you pay attention to what's happening on the market, especially in the last month of summer, the bigger chances that you're gonna lose. Because I've noticed that when you actually buy cryptocurrencies, you trade them, you try to time the rising and falling, you try to sell, you try to buy, you lose money. So the more you wiggle, the faster you actually lose money, and the faster you exit the market with nothing. So buying and holding right now is the best way to actually um, make money. And also, I would like to talk about my McFOMO token. So um, I will be promoting it. Actually, I'm already promoting it on Twitter, X, the now X called, and maybe we'll buy some advertisements for a token. So you should be always watching for the McFOMO token. I know it trades a bit dull. It's like in some deep waters, but I think it will be okay. Maybe today I will also stream after this, but I will be checking how my video went, and I will be maybe I will be um, again, if I have some mistakes in the title, in the description, or in anywhere else, I'll need to actually fix it. So it takes time. It takes time, and I'll be actually streaming. I will try to stream every day, and actually on the weekend, as of today, it's a great day to buy and hold. Remember, buy and hold. Don't buy and sell. In that case, you're losing. Buy and hold. And we will actually see each other also soon. User Max Dev want to speak. Oh dear. You can write Max Dev if you have any questions. Because I didn't test this function. Yeah, I didn't test this function. I don't know what you're gonna say. Maybe there is a question. Okay. Are you investing into cryptocurrency, Max Dev? And what coins are you buying? Bonk? Oh, that's an interesting decision. Why Bonk though? Just for fun? Yeah, I know. Not the meme coin, or people are actually buying meme coins. And the only altcoin I hold is Solana. Oh, an interesting choice about Solana. I also, uh, I see. I'm also a trader. I participate in other activities and stuff like this. And how's the trading going this year? Did you make a lot of money? Yeah, I would say that this year it was really hard. because people FOMO'd in January when Trump was elected as president. And I think a lot of people bought at the tops. And they were like, they couldn't believe that everything started to fall. And this Trump token, it rose so high and it just fell from the $78 mark. Fell. People lost money. I would say that people lost a lot of money this year. You're actually a lucky guy because a lot of people, I would say they lost. They lost. They trusted. I'm sure that there were a lot of people who bought. Um, you know why they bought? The YouTubers, the influencers said, "Oh, Trump, buy now. Trump has launched his token." You know, when I thought that this was, I would say that this was a trick. When Melania launched her token, that's where I understood that something is wrong, that there will be a fall. I mean, it's okay for Trump to launch. Okay, we understand it. But when Melania launched her own token, I I thought that this is a big mistake because it started to get suspicious after that. After that, the market started to fall. And actually, Melania token, as you know, it costs nothing from its tops. So I exited the market after Melania launched her coin because I did not understand why did she do it. I mean, for what reason? Like, we understand that Trump, okay, he has some logic, but when Melania launched and there were other tokens besides Melania, I don't know, I don't remember what tokens launched, but there were other tokens. They started to launch their own uh, political coins and stuff. This was so shady. I understood that this is over. Especially if you remember, actually, you are a holder of Solana, and a lot of people were shilling Solana when it was like nearly $300, and they were trying to make yes, a lot of people were trying to convince buying the Solana top. The predictions about Solana were interesting. People were predicting that Solana would cost like $1,000 from 300. Solana ETF is like next month or this month, and they were trying to say, "Come on, buy Solana, make this happen." Oh dear, I understood that this is over. After this crypto FOMO thing, um, it started to fall. It started to fall apart, and I guess many people lost the money, lost the trust. You know, the Trump token, after Trump leaves as a president, it will cost zero. I don't believe there is life after a new president comes. Yeah, this cycle was so crazy because people couldn't time the bear market. They didn't understand when is the bull market. You know, if I would invest into altcoins like um, I'm gonna show you, like AVAX. Some people say this is an altcoin market, and if I would invest into AVAX, So you can see by the charts, it's just false. It falls. I mean, it fell from $50, and people say this is altcoin pump and stuff. But if that happened actually in December, so when Trump won the presidential election and stuff, and people gave really ridiculous prediction about AVAX and other altcoins that they're gonna rip this, they're gonna rise. But nothing happened. Really, nothing happened. It fell. So if you were an AVAX holder, well, I think that one of the reasons the altcoins even rose in the previous bull market is that the Fed printed a lot of money in 2021, if you remember, after the COVID, during the COVID, and they gave people checks like $1,500 or something like this, and people starting to buy on these checks. The Fed also printed the money. It printed trillions of dollars like in 1 year, and this is what happened. The altcoins actually rose. So I think that if you want the real altcoin season, like all of the altcoin to rise, I think you need the Fed to print. Like it should print trillions of dollars if you want an altcoin season. Another one, like a real altcoin season. I mean, this is not an altcoin season. Let's be honest. This is just a pump and dump scheme. People are just trying to pump their mini bag into the roof and nothing actually happens. Let's be honest. I mean, um, a lot of tokens are way lower there than their all-time highs were. Yeah, actually, yeah, there are too many altcoins, so it's easier to make mistakes than before. Before, actually, if you were like here, I know 7 years ago, there were a lot less altcoins, and right now there's so many altcoins. Like let's say Sui. Um, I mean, if we actually say what's so special about this token, like is it doesn't have any special things that other blockchains can do. What does it have? Like nothing. But the gas fees, I mean, the gas fees and speed time is great, but I mean, doesn't bring anything new. No, it doesn't bring anything new. Nothing, nothing. So this project has 14 billion market cap, and a fully diluted valuation is around 40 billion. Can you imagine 40 billion FDV? Like Sui. I mean, nothing special. Nothing special. It has. Have you heard of a Sui meme coin? No, I didn't. I don't know any Sui projects that succeeded. Like nothing. But they say that it's unique. Nothing special. Like the Stellar blockchain. The most strange project on this planet is the Hedera. I don't know what they are doing. Yeah, Tron is unique. Tron is unique. But if we look at Hedera, I cannot say anything about Hedera. I did not use it. Um, I did not need to use it. I don't know why it's there. Why does it have an 11 billion market cap? Like, I have no idea what they are doing. Remember the token that has fallen like 90% in one day? I forgot how it was. Mantra chain. I'm gonna show you what happened here. Look at this. This is an example of these tokens. Is the mantra chain, mantra token. So it fell in a day like by 90%. It people were influencers. They were saying that's the future of finance. That's the future of DeFi. They were saying buy this. It's gonna cost $100. And there were a lot of posts on X and YouTube and Twitch. They were saying this is the coin. This is the future. And look at this future. Look what happened. I mean, come on, man. It fell to 20 cents. I mean, a lot of people listened to such YouTubers who said that this coin is the dream, a dream of an investment, and this investment fell in a day, like nearly to zero in a day. So that's why I'm really cautious on tokens that I do not understand. Hedera is the token that I do not understand. Sui, Hedera, actually Sui, it had a hacked. Someone hacked its platform, lending. I think lending protocol, so it fell too. But the Hedera, Avalanche, I mean Leo token. I don't know. I haven't used this token. We understand that the Ton coin is Telegram is behind it. I mean, we get it, but the fully diluted valuation is really big, 17 billion too. But they have buyers at least. At least you understand that the Tone token has buyers. So if we look at the market, it's really a lot of tokens don't cost anything, especially look at our favorite Polkadot. So it had this unique, I don't remember even, ecosystem of tokens, and they were needed to lock their tokens, lock the dot tokens to have a slot. And I guess something went bad. You know why something went bad? Because the dev, Gavin Wood, actually, he sold always his tokens in like in a year 100 to 200 million of dollars, and he said that everything was all right, like everything is under control, but I sell like 200 million dollars. Like, come on, man. And he always says that it's for the ecosystem, it's for the development. What development? You did nothing. Like, I mean, this Polkadot token will also go to zero in the long term because no one will invest into it. So investing in crypto is a really, really hard job. And today it has become harder to invest. But the biggest one of these, I think, tokens is the Ripple and Cardano. Ripple has um, like nearly 200 billion market cap. Ripple. I mean, I think it's overvalued. even though it's, some people say it's used by banks, it has great abilities, and I just don't know how overvalued this token is. I can't imagine. I mean, it has a fully diluted market cap of $300 billion. Oh, come on, man. So Ethereum is like $450 billion, and it doesn't have a fully diluted market cap. And Ripple, if we account the FDV, costs nearly as Ethereum. I mean, that's too much. So we need to keep an eye on this, and whether or not something will change, we'll always monitor the situation. So my take on this, I think that a lot of tokens, a lot of the altcoins will rise in the next like week, two, even though in August people actually lock on profits. But I think in July it already happened. So we will be rising slowly. And I will be coming live, I think tomorrow or after tomorrow. I will see. So that's it.